Okay. All right. Here we are. This is a community event. This is Dreamer versus the world. It's exactly what it says on the tin. Dreamer, who's the 5D chess world champion, reigning world champ supreme, is going to be taking on the entirety of the community. This is going to be probably super chaotic. We're going to do our best. We've got the community in a big Discord call now. Participating, just to rattle off names, Sonoy, Ryan, Neath P, Narik, Mauer, Oshkanaknak, Mask, Mage, Crazy Penguin, Human Bean, aka Lawnmower, and myself. And then probably some additional people in the chat here. So we've got like a dozen 5D chess minds of varying alignments, ranging from lawful to chaotic, varying styles, varying temperaments, and probably varying volumes. And we're just gonna try and get into it and do our best, I guess. We've got Long Timer. This is a best of one. We rolled white. It was random color. And Andre just popped in. Andre, get into the Discord, the 5D chess Discord, because we probably need you. And we'll see what happens. Okay. All right. Team. Well, how are we opening? In many ways, this is the most important move of the entire game.
I say F4 for psychological damage.
I hope that I hope everyone knows that I'll go with the crab.
Okay, I'm just gonna put Knight F3 in the chat. If we don't get like more than 6 people voting Knight F3, then we can talk.
E3.
Dreamer does not F7 sack. He doesn't do
Mage
it.
kind of already started the voting in the chat. But I guess we just switched to down.
It's Dreamer versus the world chat. So get into that chat channel.
I already put the moves that you put there, but it's fine.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's a fantastic point. Sorry, it was before I even well, hey, vote for both.
Yeah.
Vote for both.
Yep, Knight F3.
Just double
Knight F3
consensus
is.
now. Okay, but what do we do after this? So Knight F3, Knight F6. Dreamer's 100% wanting to play D5 is my guess.
100% A4.
Knight
If you're
F3,
not in
D4.
VC, you can absolutely vote.
A4. A4.
After Knight of okay, so
Alright,
we're agreed on
I
Knight
don't
F3,
think
yeah.
F4 is a good move.
Yeah, we could play
But
that.
Let's
it is
not do
really
meme
funny.
moves, please.
Wow, this coming from Narik, that's pretty rich. Okay, Knight F3 has been played. The ball is in Dreamer's court, and the timer has started. All right, we got Knight F6
Okay.
back. What are we doing, chat?
D4, English.
Yeah, you gotta do D4 here.
I kind of like what Ryan's saying with C4, because I have played some games with that.
The move's so good, he
But-
said it twice.
Well, I've lost against anything. I think all of these moves are great.
I like C4. I haven't played a lot of it. I think it's pretty meme, and Dreamer doesn't have a lot of experience. It also is anti-D5 tech, which is his most comfortable opening, right?
Yeah, he'll play D6 though. I've gotten into
That's
some uncomfortable
explosive.
positions with it. But I feel like with enough people, it might be fine if we just dodge all of the obvious traps I fell for in the past.
I'm good with C4. We doing C4?
I think D4 is just better.
Think
I feel
D4 is just
C4 is
better?
a little weakening.
Maybe because there are like 12 of us here, let's say that like 6 votes or maybe 7 votes is like an auto pass to save time.
I would like A4.
You'd like A4?
Yeah.
I mean, feel free to type any moves in the chat. All right, it looks like probably C4 is what we're going for, yeah. Oh, I guess it would be good to have D4 as voting
D4 is
option.
explosive.
Isn't C4 more solid than D4? More solid? Probably not. I'd say D4 is more solid.
I just don't see what C4 accomplishes.
I think
It
A4.
stops D5.
It stops
if he plays
D5.
D5, it's really bad for him.
You don't block
if he
in your
plays
queenside
C5,
knight.
The
Alright,
thing I'm worried about, because in the past I've played C4, and
Yeah.
then Dreamer will play like C6, and then he'll go D6, and then he starts to load pressure onto D3. And if you play E3, it gets really bad.
alright. I think we're gonna go with C4 because more people have voted, and we can't spend 2 minutes on every single turn. Dreamer hovering E5 like a Chad. Okay, C6 has been played. What's the plan?
Well,
Well, we
Yeah.
can't get sacks, so yeah, like
do you mean we can't get
So we win.
Well,
I mean, we have to do something here to not get sacked.
yeah,
I
so
understand.
maybe
No, but Dreamer won't do it. If
Queen
Dreamer
eight.
does it,
If
It's
Dreamer
just
does
that
it, then
he's
I
not.
feel like it's a moral victory for us anyway.
exactly.
Queen B3?
Yeah, Queen B3.
Queen
Isn't
B3
that-
blocks B3 though. I don't know.
An instant queen trade. If Dreamer wants to.
I mean, fine. We could do Queen A4 as well.
Dreamer,
It blocks
Queen
it.
B3 is solid.
We could do Queen A4 as well.
Dreamer likes these positional things, right? So he could probably benefit from the queen trade if that is
Or
MV4.
just push that pawn. That works too. I like that.
I think Queen B3 is a good way to. I think that C4 is better positionally if you trade queens. In terms of playing for center control and not having to worry about
Well-
overextending and having like 5D ramifications.
I'm saying that we don't really have to trade queens if we just play Queen A4 because it's gonna. We can like, even if they do the F7 sack, we could prevent the soft mate later. With Queen
Yeah,
A4.
but Queen B3 also does that and is a more versatile position.
Yeah, but it forces. No, I don't know about versatile because it just forces a trade, pretty much.
It doesn't really force a trade. Why does it force a trade?
Because if Dreamer's probably gonna play Queen E6.
And after queen b6, if he already threatens on f7, then I guess best is taking.
Yeah,
So let's say we take, he takes, and then
like Dreamer's probably gonna want the queen trade. I feel.
Well, I don't think Dreamer's gonna play Queen to B6 because he's not gonna F-sack. But I think Dreamer would be happy if we played Queen to B3 because that puts our queen in a weird position.
It also does
It's
that.
a
Yeah.
useful
Weakens
diagonal.
E2.
Wait, I'm confused by
It's a-
in the chat we've got T3 even though is this Oh, I suppose it is T3 now, isn't it? Okay.
I don't think it would be a useful diagonal. It's blocked currently. I mean.
Yeah, it's blocked, and I mean maybe after like Queen
Maybe
B3 he plays
later.
D6.
Yeah.
We play C5. We're attacking the F pawn.
Pawn's move.
I mean, I would like Queen A4.
we could also play
personally.
c5 just now, before queen b3.
No, because if we play C5, he'll just play.
D5.
Alright, so Matt, you gotta play a
D5.
move.
We
can't-
are
can't spend
1000%
3
gonna
minutes
run. Well, it's the second move, and we're like tied between Queen B3 and I guess Knight C3.
Knight C3 probably.
Knight C3 is 100% losing on the spot, but Dreamer's
Yeah.
not going to F-sack.
here. Definitely, Queen B3 is winning.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, Queen B3 is now winning. Now that people have decided to actually vote in the Discord, Queen B3 is winning, so that's good.
Wow.
Oh.
It would also help if Ryan contributed to the discussion. So if you could either type or unmute Ryan, then we
He
would
is
have.
typing.
Ryan was typing.
He
said two
did. He did
things.
say we are going to run
three
out of
things.
time 1000%.
This is
I
why
mean-
I wanted 60 minutes, but
Ah,
I
it's
would
fine.
go for infinite time, and then we're here by, I don't know,
True.
8 hour stream. The game is finally over.
So if Dreamer plays D6 here, what's the move? Because that's probably what he'll play, is my guess.
If he plays D6,
C5.
But then he'll play D5. And now that pawn's kind of stuck there, and our queen is just staring at the D5 pawn.
I still want E3 at some point.
What
If
is
he
the
plays
a3 pawn?
So-
doing?
A3.
E3.
Knight A6 is
Great.
actually also something that could happen here. It's also something he very commonly does.
Mm-hmm.
also,
And
why
then
is
he's-
Andre not? Is Andre here? Yeah, he is. Andre, get in on this.
And
The strongest players in team world are just chilling. Not Anders,
Do an
although you're
early
welcome
night
to as
travel.
well.
He'll never expect it.
they just like to see the world burn.
Wow, Dreamer's taking his sweet time.
He feels bad about us losing a lot of time. He just,
Mm.
you know,
That checks out.
Response to D5, you guys like E3? 'Cause that's what I play here.
E3
Response
seems
to D5.
fine. I don't know.
What
I
are we doing with the
kinda-
dark square bishop?
If he plays queen b6, are we guys happy with the queen trade?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, the other thing that we can do, which is something that
Yeah.
not a lot of people do, but could be interesting, is like double push the pawn 5 turns later.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, interesting. And then travel onto the queen with the bishop is what I was gonna say. But
Knight
so-
C3. Knight C3.
so why has this happened?
Well,
Wait, so let me just note.
potentially several
I
reasons.
think
This
potentially
is
he's
not the
trying
vote,
to
but
think
just to
we're
knock
going to
them.
play like C4 and go for an F-sack.
Mm,
You mean
and-
C5?
Oh yeah, C5 and go for an F-sack, but no, that's a bad
I-
idea.
yeah.
Kind of like that, but it's just. Is that bad
No,
for some reason?
what is it?
We can defend
think,
against an
It
It
F-sack.
doesn't work, right?
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
I think in a Lexi versus somebody game, or Lexi versus Graven, they demonstrated that this just doesn't work.
That was a
Yeah.
different sequence though. That was
slightly
C5
different.
then Queen B3. Here,
Yeah.
if we play it, the pawn's still blocking,
Oh yeah,
so we
Yeah,
can't even
sure.
F-sack.
Yeah.
that's fair.
I would say maybe Knight C3. to-
What happens after knight c3, queen
Blocks are king or
c5?
queen though.
Yeah, so knight c3 blocks the queen, which is an ideal. What about e3 here?
I agree with you, Andre.
Andre says,
E3 is pretty good.
where has Andre spoken? What?
You spoke just now. What do you mean?
He did? Do I have Andre
E3
muted?
is also my preferred choice.
Oh, you know what's hilarious? I just hovered over Andre's name, and
Alright, play
apparently
E3.
he's been
Oh.
muted by me. Probably because of when he and Lexi were commentating. So I just unmuted Andre. Sorry, Andre. I didn't hear anything that you have said.
Wow.
I'm sure it gets.
Play move.
Okay.
Three.
Knight C3.
I personally think Knight C3.
All right,
but I put E3
everybody
case
vote in the
anyone wanted
channel. You got 10 seconds.
Knight C3.
Between knight c3 and e3, it appears.
Good dudes, don't make it a draw. Okay. And don't vote for the wrong move either.
All right,
Yeah,
okay.
basically, if the river doesn't have
Yeah.
some crazy travels, then I think
All right, Knight C3.
Knight
it's a
c3 has
good
been played.
position for this.
This move from
Wondering why
Dreamer
Dreamer
seems
played
terrible
that.
easy win.
I honestly think that we should have gone for 60 minutes because we are losing a lot of time this way.
The process will grow
We're
increasingly
fine.
streamlined.
Adding more time is not a solution. We will like lag
We
on
just-
Then we'll use more
I
time.
have to create more timeline so we get the extra bonus.
That's not how that works.
That's his
That is
strategy.
Not how that
Hey,
works.
Because
why I
I'm
flag
sure it's
people.
easier to decide on 2 different moves with multiple timelines than a single move on a single timeline.
Those 8
Yeah,
seconds, though.
Took this into consideration.
Time to travel for extra time.
Oh,
Just
geez.
prepare Jurassic, then you don't have to do 2 moves.
Right, guys, let's go. Queen goes back in time.
Okay, I'm already
Back us
inputting
here?
rook b1.
What'd you
Can't
say?
he what?
You can just play Queen C5.
And then
back
what?
On F pawn, and then
Shortcut to the
inactive soft mate with the knight. Easy.
Oh, okay. That's not. First of all, I'm sure we could play to a draw in that
That doesn't
scenario
get
anyway.
an active soft mate, but I don't think that's worth considering.
I didn't know.
No. Oh, if it's Jurassic, then it has to
Wait,
be a
you
rook.
can't travel. That doesn't even work. Yeah. The queen
Yeah.
travel on b3 is blocked by the queen.
Rook b1.
E3.
Oh, rook b1 is big brain. Dude, anyway. We only just played knight c3, so you can travel. You can only travel the rook back 1 turn.
Perfectly fine.
Wow.
I think I'm still waiting for Dreamer to play d6 or knight a6 at some point.
Yeah.
Knight a6.
Knight a6, the most deadly move of all
Yeah,
fighting.
knight
That's
a6.
yeah.
Yikes.
One problem here that I'm seeing
Whoa.
is that knight a6,
A6,
knight to c5.
C5, yeah, and then
And then he
Can we
attack
play
the queen.
d4 after that?
He would attack the queen, but he would also attack d3,
Yeah.
and then he could sack the knight on d3 and open up the e file.
Yeah, no, that's too
That's a
far.
bit more of a long-term idea,
How
but
about knight a6 and then d5?
How about knight
Guys, play
a6?
d4 to prevent knight c5.
Well, yeah, d4 is possible. I
I
think.
meant d4, of course.
Yeah, I think d4 works against knight a6.
Yeah, probably. I'm actually
And then
positive that Dreamer will play knight a6 here.
doesn't d4 kind of just weaken it though, because your knight's pinned?
Yeah,
then
but it's
bishop
also
d2.
doubly defended. So like,
Mm,
Well, one of those defenders is a queen, and that means that it has to sort of stay there.
Yeah, but we will
Something.
be able to play bishop d2 then.
exactly. Yeah, bishop d2 is coming after. d4.
bishop d2 doesn't
I
work
see.
because the knight can go on e4 immediately and then he could swoop bishop d2.
Wait, the
Or,
knight can go on.
Knight a4, knight takes a4.
How about look?
Wait,
Oh,
that
knight-
makes no sense. Hold on. What? Oh, you're saying because the knight on f6
But-
is defending the knight on e4? So like knight takes e4. No, that doesn't work because the capturing the knight with our knight, if he goes knight e4,
Yeah, okay,
opens
yeah,
up a
knight e4
discovered
would be-
attack on the queen with the bishop on d2, so he has to respond to that. He can't attack again.
But his knight moves first. I'm calculating
Yeah,
knight
yeah.
a6, d5, knight
D4.
e4,
Yep.
and if we then play bishop d2, then he can consider either if he wants to take immediately or if he wants to shoot at f7.
If he takes immediately, we
knight
just
e4
recapture
is
with the knight.
incredibly
If knight
dangerous.
a4, there is a funny move, c5.
I was just gonna say that actually. Yeah.
And then we're threatening to do like a classic checkmate on f7,
Yeah.
where we take and travel the knight, and then like
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
It
Now
doesn't
this
come
is
anyway, sad.
Okay.
I'm. Actually, no, that would be nice.
Maybe now is the time for e3.
Probably, I'd say.
I've had this,
or potentially G3 at some point.
We could try it. We could try a nice C5.
E3 protects our king, gives our bishop lines. I think
I don't think
Three's
c5
really good.
works.
I might play D3.
Let me just lock that move.
Yeah. Type him in.
And what was the other one? I'm gonna also put g3 there for those who want to vote on that.
I think g3 is too weakening. There's a
I
chance
wouldn't
knight
really
b5 is
play
crushing.
D3.
There is a chance knight b5 is crushing. Wait, that's so ridiculous. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, hold on.
I suggest we losing.
Knight b5.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the
All right.
threat?
Knight
Knight
B5
B5, I'm
on board.
could be
The
there.
threat is
Yeah,
knight takes d6,
B5.
right?
I think we should fully calculate it out before sacking a
Okay,
knight.
knight b5, c takes b5.
And then we want to take back, I guess.
So
And what would be our mate if, let's say, the queen travels and does the queen just take?
oh wait,
an
no, I don't
F7?
see how it's winning.
I think the idea is after. No, it's probably bad. I think it
It's
fizzles.
the land on the bishop.
Yeah, but
But
here the
it's
queen
the
can
event.
just block.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
can fall back. So
Let's say knight b5 and then takes and takes. What would be our threat? Is there even a mate in one on our side?
On the
the
F7
threat
pawn.
was opening up the c file and then traveling to the bishop. At least that's what I thought it was.
I think we should disregard
Ooh.
it. It's not
Yeah, yeah.
strong enough yet.
Let's
No,
not
I guess
think
the
about
point of the knight b5 is that it has the dual threat of. Well, okay, there's like the trigonal that has to be guarded, there's the travel onto the bishop, and also the travel onto f6 that opens up.
Yeah, multi-S.
Right.
Ryan
The
said
problem is
something
the
about
C file travel. I don't think is strong enough.
moving the
Yeah, but there are 3
C file.
travels.
I vote for playing
What's
him in
the
any
third
case.
travel?
Oh wait.
There's
Ryan
okay,
said-
well,
Ryan
actually-
said something about it.
If he takes the knight with the pawn, we open the c file and the diagonal to f7.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but is I don't think
Yeah, but
The
F7.
queen
I
has
don't
to
think
defend
there's
the
a mate
triagonal.
on F7. Either the queen defends and now the bishop looks at F5 and
Oh,
Wait, why isn't there? Hold
actually-
on. There's a pawn on b5,
Maybe.
so the queen doesn't see.
Yeah.
So then there's immediate mate if you
I
take on
mean,
f7 and travel with
if
the
you
knight.
get to travel on F7, then the queen
Yeah.
Yeah,
always.
but they just play E6 after we play C takes B5.
But
That's a
then
good point.
Queen C4.
Our time is running. We should decide on a
And what does Queen
deadline.
C4 do?
Knight. I
It
would
threatens
like-
mate, but then they can play like
Yeah,
Knight
okay.
C6.
Let's not overcomplicate things. So
Knight
let's
B5 needs more backing.
All right, okay.
let's-
Put your votes
let's
in.
let
think
Dreamer
E4 has the most
overcomplicate.
votes.
Let's not overcomplicate ourselves.
That's probably a good way
I don't think
to lose.
knight
It's really
or
spicy.
E5 is
I don't know.
so.
Just play E3. It's safe.
All right,
I mean,
everybody get your votes in. If anyone hasn't voted, vote in the next like 5 seconds, please. All right, it looks like E3 wins. Okay.
Yeah, no, very much actually.
Okay.
I would have thought of D4 actually, but
Why didn't you fucking say so, Andre?
because we will still not play it and we will spend time.
You don't know that. If you share with us your wisdom, then maybe we'll be like, oh yeah, that's a good point, and then we'll get on that
I
train.
think we get another chance to play D4.
I'm waiting for the right moment to play something like C5 because then the threat on the F pawn's revealed. Our
What would
bishop
be the
is
right
revealed.
moment? We
Yeah,
will have to
bishop
stop
C5
D5,
right.
and I guess that's just not going to happen.
Actually, this works better now, maybe, right? The like knight b5 next turn, depending on what
Yeah.
he does. Now that the bishop has its eyes opened.
Yeah, because maybe like knight to
Potentially.
B5
Is
if the
there
pawn takes.
something like
E5.
C5 and only then knight B5, because then we can retake with check, which might enable more travels?
That's what I was thinking. Something like that in some other move order maybe. Still
I-
might not be good yet.
I
Though.
think knight b5 takes, pawn takes, and then the bishop gets like a free diagonal, and then the queen could
Okay, finish.
yeah, and then like bishop, and then like if they do what is it, pawn d5, we could always do bishop to c4 maybe, and like create a queen bishop battery or something like that.
Perhaps also possible is knight b5, pawn takes, and then c5, because we threaten on f7, but we have this in between check, which might just.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, actually, that's a good.
There's in between
point.
check might enable more travels because he stops like e6.
And
or
also,
e5.
it would weaken. It makes it harder to play e3 e6 if we've got a pawn on c5 because
Yeah.
the d6 pawn is being hit. It's just more weakening, right? And that's like the only way that he can cover the travel to. Well, I guess he could play bishop e6 as well.
Queen f6 Mauer.
Actually, what if he might play bishop e6 now?
Yeah, he
Well, if he
could.
plays bishop
but-
e6, then it's already a mini victory.
I'm
Oh,
more
the
worried
queen
about bishop
covers-
f5 now that d3 is singly defended.
Someone
If we
wanted to
do
play
end
the
up winning
draft,
this, we
right?
should totally all just wrap a win against streamers simultaneously.
I don't think
Yeah.
bishop
Really
f5 is a threat. Bishop
Perhaps.
f5, and then we can take on b7, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of.
Oh yeah, I
problems for
forgot
Bishop
that
after
any
that.
move of the bishop allows.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
There might
guys,
also be an idea to play knight d4 after the bishop goes either on e3 or f5. On e6, sorry, and then maybe another knight just hops into b5. Same ideas, but.
Hmm.
But okay, true. Queen takes b7 is also an idea.
Oh, I've totally. Yeah, okay, sorry. I'm such a dingus. I only just internalized that anything with the bishop drops b7, right?
Yeah.
that
And
happens
that's
too
probably
often in
not
2D
recoverable.
chess as
What
well.
about knight to d7?
Knight d7?
I
With the
feel
idea
like this
of
can't
knight
be
to
a thing
d5
because
or c5.
Yeah, trying to
I
get to
think
C4.
knight d7 would be bad because then we can think about our c5 sacrifices, and we also have knight g5 threatening on f7, and now if the e pawn would push, then we could just take
Okay.
that.
Wow, knight
Knight
a6.
a6.
Interesting.
So before we were
The
saying
dreamer
that
special.
d4 shuts it down, he can still hop into b4.
How much
And
of a threat
then,
is
but that's not much of a threat unless bishop f5 happens or something like that.
Yeah, no, I don't
But
think
bishop
b4 is a threat.
f5 can't really happen for a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also we can always kick it with a3.
Now, our ideas with knight b5, then c5 might still be even stronger because
we could play c5 right now.
If we play c5, he can take and sack us, I think.
I don't think c5.
I would
is
only
good.
play c5 after we sack the knight on b5 or something.
Well, what about d4 here?
Maybe that's too easy. Knight b5.
Wait. Wait,
Since
what
a6
about
is defending f7, I don't think sacking the knight is working anymore. On b5.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I like c5. But it's
Since
correct.
the a6
like
knight is
c5.
defending c7, not f7, c7, I don't think that sacking the knight is working anymore.
Wait, c5 knight takes c5?
Then you sack on f7.
Oh, then
the
it's
idea with
immediate
knight
mate.
b5 is
That's a
to
good
take
point.
on
What about queen
d6.
takes? Can he just sack us? And his sack is better.
Wait, sacking where though?
Wait, how did the game start? What was
After
the opening?
Queen takes pawn on c5.
Maybe
Doesn't he have a travel?
We can't go back over the opening. A travel onto where?
Onto f2.
That shouldn't
Because
be
I had
deadly.
an idea of
Does he get there?
No,
Hold on,
sacking
sorry.
fine.
5 and then queen c4.
Well, it should be
Like,
fine.
Actually, that
Right,
might not be fine.
Well, okay, hold on.
Attacks us twice, and then he has mate.
So
I'm preferring d4 here.
he goes to.
I would like c5.
c5, I think.
No,
knight
Oh
just
yeah,
takes.
it gets to
Knight
f2.
No,
takes
see,
and
I
everything.
think
If c5 knight takes, with
The knight takes. If the knight takes, maybe there is just like queen c4 and then a travel to one.
No,
move
if
and
knight
then-
takes, queen takes f7.
Is a
And
queen?
knight
Is a
travels
queen
to-
on
Well,
this
queen
square a
takes
problem?
f7, that doesn't work.
Yeah, I think
One
Nark's
bishop,
right. A
one
queen
bishop.
travel to f2 on that board is a problem.
It's this f2.
Yeah, because knight to
Oh.
g4 check, king moves, knight to e3 check, and then just queen to c5 mate.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but then the knight takes parallel.
Oh right.
It's
What are
scary.
you
Let's
talking
not
about?
allow
It's
that
definitely
at all.
scary though.
Wait, the knight does take
I don't
parallel.
What are you talking about?
Andre, queen here. It-
What here?
C5,
F2.
queen takes. Okay,
Oh,
and then the
queen
next
takes, queen
turn,
takes.
the queen can
Yeah, but
travel
people
to
are not
f2
allowed
on this
knight.
board.
Now we have to
Oh wait, no, they
play
can't get
it
to that
after
board.
we have
It's the other
shown
board.
him that
Oh,
it's
is it?
a
It's
threat.
no, you're right. It's this board. Sorry.
No, it's the board before that, before the queen's even out, so it's not even a problem.
Oh, you're right.
Samet,
So
can
never
you
mind.
input queen
I'm not worried about
f7 to infiltrate Samet?
I think
But
I prefer
Dreamer.
d5, I
d4.
think just d5 maybe, and what's
I like c5.
Okay, get your votes in,
C5.
everybody. Get your votes in.
5 and then sack the queen. I
There are only
think.
6 votes. Everyone get your votes in.
D4, or
Okay.
don't think C5 really works because they just take it and there's not enough of a threat.
C5 seems to be a free pawn, and the knight wants to go C5 anyway, unless we have some
c5,
knight.
even d5, and then like.
Yeah, I agree with Ryan. D4.
Yeah,
that works.
that's why knight b5 first. So
More threats. Like, let's keep c5 in the position. We can play it later. Why play it right now?
because we have shown it to him.
Knight takes C5 is mate, but
No.
Oh wait, no, it's not. What am I
No, it
thinking?
isn't.
it's
Yeah,
not.
Because the
mate,
bishop's
it is.
defending
Yeah.
f5. I forgot that.
Oh,
I forgot
yes.
to
Oh
internalize
my god, the
bishop
bishop's
f7.
defending f5. Oh my god. All right, it looks like d4 is pretty overwhelming, so let's go d4
Before we
Okay.
flag.
before we flag.
Why are
The
I mean-
bishop's defending. Oh my god.
We
dude.
already used like
that's-
almost half the time.
How are we so much less than the sum of our parts?
I think
question.
it's somewhat established that.
Simon,
Okay.
have you heard this thing? Oh wait, let's just wait for
Interesting.
the movement.
Why does he
Okay.
has to be like that?
So,
Dreamer is
Dream-
so boring.
Dreamer's going for queen trades.
I'm pretty sure we cannot queen trade here, right?
Yeah,
No,
don't.
the knight will
We
be a
don't
killer.
take that queen.
Don't.
And if you
Yeah,
play
no, I
with
don't
two,
think
then
taking
like
is
this
good.
queen
I-
is another
I think you
stupid-
retreat the queen.
Yeah, basically.
Queen C2.
I like c5 now.
What?
And we
What-
You
what
C5
is
now,
it?
and then
Now
what?
he's a queen
No.
trade?
Takes, and then that's it.
it just
Right?
And he
opens our
takes and then he
Knight is
plays
not-
knight b4. And
I vote queen C2 or something like that.
Yeah, queen c2.
Why are we being passive?
someone write the moves down.
Oh,
And
We are not passive. It's not passive.
Bishop d3.
I vote.
It's
queen
like we're
Yeah, I
No.
vote I vote queen c2.
we are charging up.
If he
the
takes our
pawn.
queen, we open our rook.
I think that's overwhelming. The
pawn
queen
more.
his
c2.
knight
then-
gets to b4 and
Yeah.
Okay, 10 people
And
voted
his knight
for
at
queen
b4
C.
is a
This is
killer.
how you save time.
Yeah.
Right.
And now like his
Have
queen is
you heard the
almost
saying?
trapped there. Well, it's not, but we can.
Okay, we are coming up on halftime used, so we do want to start playing a little bit more quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh no,
Okay,
he wants to play
okay.
simple.
Now bishop
Bishop
d2
d2.
threatens to grab his queen, I think.
Sorry.
Yeah. Bishop d2.
Bishop E2.
Bishop
yeah.
d2 and
Bishop
we threaten
d2?
knight d5.
I
And
think bishop
Dref's
d2
queen.
makes sense. Someone type it in the thing so we
just
can
had
vote.
3 people
Just
say
quick.
it. Just play it.
What did you?
A3 and then b4 is simple plan. Bishop d2 is always also
Yeah.
good. Bishop e3.
A3 b4 doesn't work. Wait, rooks are worth less, right? But there's a knight sack after b4.
All right, bishop d2. So someone just immediately type moves that are suggested. That way we can save ourselves. Because 3 people saying it doesn't mean, and maybe someone would point out that a bishop is
What turn is
defending
this?
f5 or whatever, right?
Some turn.
For example.
Is
What
there
turn
a
is this?
shortcut to
This,
delete
next turn is gonna be
messages on
T9.
Discord?
Okay.
We might just threaten knight b4, knight b5 now.
I did
Yeah,
actually
knight
like
d5 or
a3 there.
knight
Was pretty good.
d5.
Knight d5 now is really interesting.
Actually, knight b5 is slightly better, I think, because it.
Yeah,
Because if
probably.
knight d5, then we win a queen for 2 pieces, and if knight b5, then for. Oh yeah, also for 2 pieces, so it doesn't matter.
Whatever.
I'm fine with knight. I'm fine with pawn d5.
I never liked simple plan, Ryan.
I like-
Shall
too
we
long for
already
me.
input the...
d5 looks
I'd rather
like
knight
knight
d5 to
d5 more.
remove.
The center.
Should we already lock the moves people are suggesting even while Dreamer is to move? Apparently Crazy is
Well,
doing
we're
that.
assuming he misses our threat here, and that's not likely.
I think we
Well,
should
what would you
only,
prefer, that we sit in in anxious
we
silence?
should only
b2, not
suggest moves after Dreamer has inputted something, otherwise it's not clear.
I disagree. I don't think that that's how you don't play chess by only thinking on your turn, right? You
Yeah.
want to get ideas
I
out
mean, we
there.
could still discuss it, but it makes it hard to determine when the locks actually.
No, I think that's fine. D2 is a worse square for the bishop, but is more immediate. Yeah. No,
So
I agree with you.
Would Dreamer play queen to b6 or a5 here?
Queen to a5 does what exactly?
Just allowing a square for the queen to escape.
Yeah.
But knight,
Because he's
Yeah,
gonna
knight
lose.
You can still
b5
kick it,
and
though,
then
with the
knight
knight.
takes d6. No, the queen can defend.
With a
that.
knight move?
Knight b5.
No, then just knight g5 and maybe knight takes f6 and then the file is open and it's.
Oh yeah, knight takes f6 is way better, right? But in any case, that's why I think that there's no way queen a5 happens.
But what does he even do
That's
here?
our threat anyway.
Wait,
How
why does the
exactly
queen
is he
a5
going
happen?
to stop
Sorry.
it?
Queen a5, knight d5. And then we
Knight
take the knight
d5.
on f6 because he has to, because the discovered
But why
attack on the
can't he
queen.
just take that knight?
With,
Oh wait, the queen's under attack.
exactly.
Yeah, never mind.
If we're not doing some
How is he
attack,
going to stop that?
Rook D1 is always just going to be good developing.
We can play H4 at any time from here on out, and it's probably good.
No
Actually, that is
castling
good
for
to
this,
if we
right?
need time and the position is kind of like you know, idling. Then it's probably thanks for the. We could castle queenside. That's true.
Queen looks like it's getting trapped.
Did the swag move?
Oh, that's really funny.
Isn't that an instant Tchaikovsky with queen?
No,
travels
because
to
our
B-
queen is defending.
Yeah.
No, but there's a queen
Yeah.
attacking.
Oh,
too.
actually, yeah. Queen
Trade,
takes,
and
queen
then the
takes, and then
gives
knight.
mate
Yeah, you're
on
right. You're right.
B4.
Yeah.
Stonefish at Dorst.
No,
Right,
if
too.
he actually, it doesn't work. I think because he can't. Like, you can kick the queen before Tchaikovsky because the turn before the sack, the bishop is defending, so he can't travel to the turn before the sack.
I think we should not waste our thinking time on long castling.
We shouldn't waste our thinking time on long castling or on discussing the
Why
moves
did we
before
say that
Dreamer has played.
long castling's a waste again?
We should just sit here.
Guys, I think we should just play
Long
King
castling, I
E2.
believe, isn't active enough yet, but it's a worthwhile.
Long
investment
castling's
later on.
unnecessary. What does it gain you? That's the real question.
It
Guys,
just
I-
puts the king in danger.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we should play King E2.
That's like a, I'm gonna lock that king E2.
Oh, what do we do if he plays bishop F5 here?
Oh yeah, now that the queen's off the b file, that's
Bishop
on the table.
F5? Maybe
knight E4.
knight E4.
Wait, bishop f5 and then
But then he could take with
No,
his bishop.
That just lose a bishop?
no.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Or lose a
But then he
piece?
just
Yeah,
takes with...
that does lose it.
How does that lose a piece? Where? What? Oh,
Because
just
he
can't do
takes the
attackers.
knight
Yeah.
and
We
then
probably have to
yeah, no.
block with the bishop if he does that. Or move the queen.
I guess you
E4.
block with
We
the,
can
but then the
play
queen's
chat
the only defense.
E4.
We could play a
Oh,
chat
that's-
e4.
It actually doesn't look like. that
Oh my god, I didn't know Los was in the call. Calm down.
Let's just pre-move E4, really.
Well,
I think we should pre-move King E2, actually.
E4 is tricky, but it's playable.
Okay,
But it's very tricky.
I think we shouldn't play moves where we have to find forces.
Oh well, there we go. Okay.
Okay,
Well, if you want to play E4, I'm also gonna say Bishop D3 is an option.
Bishop
right?
D3.
Knight, what do
D3
you
I
have?
want.
Knight
Bishop
E4 while someone
I think
suggests
E4
it?
is good here because if Bishop D3 he takes, we take, and he takes
Yeah.
on B2.
that's what
Yeah,
I just typed in.
recapturing with the knight. Is
I
pretty
say
good.
Knight D5.
95
Ryan was arguing E4 is the counter to Bishop F5.
Yes, E4. E4
And it
is
is
knight
black.
D3.
E4 heats up the game, but it will really make us.
It's
Yes.
so weakening to the
I
king.
think
hate it.
Bishop D3 is just a
Castling
better
defends the queen
option.
with the king.
Because
Oh, take, yeah, maybe.
oh, you mean that the queen gets on to B2? That might just be bad.
Oh wait, I think there's a queen trap
yeah,
after the queen gets
perhaps
on
we-
B2, right?
But isn't the queen just threatening mate by traveling onto the rook?
No, that's not mate. If it travels onto the rook, then you just block it with the the knight or something on the new timeline. That's not how it works.
Oh, because
I
it's on
think in
another
that line
time.
the
Yeah,
queen-
yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
true.
I think the queen gets trapped if it takes on B2 in that line.
Okay.
So and probably like
Bishop
about
d3 seems to be the alternative. So we're basically deciding between e4 and bishop d3, I think.
Oh, Bishop D3 is strong.
We have
Okay,
7
yeah.
Bishop D3 is
votes and
strong?
more
Is that what
than
you said?
People on that card.
You can also
Bishop-
just ignore his threat and go knight A4.
Guys, we
I
have
think
12
E4 is
people
far too
and 7
risky.
votes.
Bishop D3, and even if we allow the queen onto B2, I think we can kick it out with a lot of tempo and develop the rook.
Okay, we got to decide between
think people
between
will be
e4
whatever.
and bishop d3.
Bishop D3, it's winning.
Yeah, Bishop D3 might be not as
Alright.
bad, but still it's
Bishop
way worse
d3 is
than
now
F1.
winning. Okay.
No, why is Bishop D3 winning? It's so lame. Please.
Slam.
Lame.
You should have advocated more for your move.
I
Actually,
thought
bishop
like,
d3 is met.
E4 was winning.
You don't play
think
against
E4 is
the
the
world
move?
chess champion with
Play immediately.
anything.
Take that piece.
Okay, we gotta take this, right?
No way.
Wow, we didn't
Stop
vote
thinking.
for that.
Submit.
Scammed.
We
Rigged.
didn't vote for that, Cement.
No, we all want our channel points
Why are we in
back.
a Discord call
You're
insisting on
welcome.
voting every
All
move?
right.
We don't have a democracy.
There was other move opportunities there.
Like what? Give me one.
Queen to C1.
Okay, you have one more chance, and if it's a garbage move, I'm gonna ban you.
Yeah, actually, can we introduce like
A6?
Queen to C1 could be an actual.
A6 is
Can we introduce
terrible.
like Among Us, mechanics where we can exile people?
A3, attack
Like
the queen.
Survivor style, we can vote people instead of suggesting a move. You can suggest muting someone.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Good.
Oh yeah, I
So,
forgot to
Tariq,
vote.
when do we start exiling?
Now.
Mute Dreamer. He's already muted, isn't he?
I'm looking at knight d5 now. That's looking still good to me.
I'm looking at like knight. No. I'm
Maybe
just
we
trying
can play this old style game where we sack both our rooks and get the mate in as compensation.
What do we play after queen takes b2?
Okay, that's the real question, right? Yeah. What's the response?
Only chat move is king e2.
I was thinking after queen takes b2, rook b1.
I was thinking
Yeah.
Rook B1's the obvious
yeah,
answer.
Rook B1.
Is there sorry, Rook B1. Is there an alternative to Rook B1?
And now that the light squared bishop has
Bishop
been
c1, but
traded, can we castle
Bishop
or is
C1
there
is
still an
bad.
anti-castle travel?
We can play
No, let's
king.
like I think if queen B2.
Bishop B1 is pretty bad actually, or maybe it's not terrible. I was thinking like,
One.
well,
King E2.
Bishop C2 and then Queen B4 and then travels onto the knight one turn in the past. Oh, but the queen from the other timeline defends, so it's not a big deal. Never mind.
If he takes, I think we just go rook b1, right?
Yeah, Rook B1.
Yeah, Rook B1, then Queen A3 is the only move.
Queen
and
takes
then maybe
B2
we can even
castle.
trap this queen again with like, or not trap, not completely trap, but like Rook B3, then Queen
Actually,
A5.
there's an
is
even
the
more
only move.
hilarious move. Queen takes b2, then a knight b4.
E4 doesn't blender mate, by the way.
knight where?
Knight
b4 is
b4.
that's not a move.
How
Knight
does it not
B4
move?
isn't
Rook's
Yeah,
able.
hand.
Hang's
Rook's
mate
hand.
one.
The hang the rook.
Trade in one. Okay,
Oh,
can
no,
I
no,
finish
no,
the
no,
game?
no, sorry. No, we play rook b1, then Dreamer plays knight b4,
Oh,
counterattacking our queen.
and
Oh,
forking.
okay.
Yep.
Oh,
And
actually,
if
that
he
seems bad.
and if he takes what is it?
Wait,
Or
wait,
if we
wait.
take his queen, then he takes our queen with check and takes our rook.
Wait,
Yeah.
Wait.
wait.
No, we
Wait.
can't
You
do
said
that.
knight. Oh, hold on. I see now. Right.
Wait.
Then you
I have
move
an
the
idea.
queen.
I'll
What
put mine at
about-
that.
Then Queen C2 maybe. Or sorry, Queen. Then sorry, Queen C2. His queen is on B2, so it obviously doesn't work.
What about so Queen B2, Rook B1? What can't we play like something like Knight
Ooh, actually,
B5
that might
after?
we might just be losing if we play rook b1.
No, I think we can just probably retrieve the queen, maybe B2, or maybe.
I'll type out the sequence for clarity.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So the sequence is Queen takes B2, Rook B1, Knight B4.
Maybe just Queen A2.
Queen. Say
Oh,
Queen.
but then
Queen E2.
Knight
If
E2.
queen goes to e2, then the knight can hop into c2.
That looks.
No, that hangs his queen. Oh, sorry, C2's check.
No,
You're right.
it's C2's check.
Check first.
Well, maybe then just.
Maybe castles.
Also, this isn't really
I'm
relevant
literally
right now.
considering castles. I'm asking you if there's a mate.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
he
well,
backed up.
hey, he
I'm
backed
happy
up.
with that.
Dreamer,
guys.
We win, chat.
Now we
Reaper
kind of
is
really need to defend
boring.
b2, otherwise that's actually a problem.
Well, one thing I would like
Oh.
to mention is that one sequence I'm looking at is knight g5, sacking. Like this is just an overall thing. If we go knight g5 at some point and then sack onto e6, there's
think
then a
E6
travel to
is-
g6.
Yeah.
That's why we should have played E4.
A4. A4 forces his queen back further and develops our knight.
A4.
Wait,
Knight
no,
A4.
you travel to G6 there, and then he just moves his king over one. and
But
then
then
the
you
attack fizzles.
play queen to f7 and reverse Tchaikovsky.
Immediately? Oh yeah. No, because then his pawn recaptures on f7.
Depends on
That
how far
turn.
back you're going. Because
Yeah, but you're going back 3 turns for sure.
If we're going
So if
back
you
three
take
turns,
king
then that's
over,
not
queen f7, then the pawn can recapture, right?
Think about what happens on c5, and then
oh wait, no. The
assume
bigger problem is that
take-
the pawn recaptures on g6.
The pawn
If we
doesn't
go-
recapture on g6. Like if he pawn recaptures turn 1, then you take back with the queen, and then you have mate. So it's like not a big deal.
Well, pawn recaptures 1, then you do queen takes g6 again.
Yeah.
And it's mate, but then the pawn captures from the other timeline.
What do people think about knight d5?
Not too relevant right
In
now.
any case,
so.
it doesn't work. So castles I think is good.
Knight d5 isn't a threat.
Knight d5 isn't a threat.
Think about
it's a
c5.
problem. It doesn't work.
Ryan
I
saying
think it'll
a3. Or Ryan, what's the idea behind a3? Oh, to prevent knight
Pawn takes,
b4.
pawn takes.
A3 seems reasonable.
I think we need
Instead of I think a3 is a better b3.
Isn't that hang
A3 is a better b3. Can I quote that?
What does it hang?
Well, he can take b2. And
I
if
think
No, he
that,
can't. He
like,
can't
if
take
they are
b2
not
because then you
integrated,
play
then
rook
Catherine
b1.
can
Wait, what?
You play rook b1.
I want to play
So,
c5.
We play a3, then he takes, then we play rook b1.
Yeah.
And he takes the other
Yeah,
one.
I like castles actually.
Yeah, that's fine. And then you well, okay, you have to be careful not to hang mate, obviously, but then you've got like your pieces on like b7 is hanging.
I like knight b5 because he can
That hangs mate if we take it.
get the
really
queen
quick.
on
Queen
the
takes
diagonal
Might
for
be
an
travel
b2
f2
after
f7.
a3, just castle. Probably
I think
that's
we
better.
should start to vote by now.
Who cares about the pawn on b2? I personally agree. All right, okay, vote. Every-
I like castles. I like castles. I'm advocating.
You like castles here? All right, well,
Like
vote.
knight
Hey,
a4.
so we've got castles, knight a4, a3, and c5, basically. So vote on your phones now.
I'm not sure how good c5 was, but I was looking at it for potential of playing
All right, a3 wins.
something like traveling onto f7.
Amazingly, it's pretty even on time. So that's good.
That can only mean one thing.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Dreamer is cheating and he has like people
has
playing.
Dreamer is using an engine under the hood.
Yeah, Dreamer is using an engine. Dreamer is the
He has
engine.
a team of players.
And engines
He
aren't
wrote
very
the
good.
only good engine and he never shared it with us.
Yeah, this whole time. Actually, I wouldn't even be mad. Respect.
Well, we are all somewhat of an engine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if somebody has a good engine for this game, it'd be surprising. Thing's hell to create.
I think it's impossible because you have exponential growth just in the number of possible moves in different games.
Let's not get bogged down in that discussion right now. Stick to this
Yeah,
game.
probably.
We could talk about that forever.
So
At some point,
we
we play
almost not sniped ourselves.
c5. We might get a winning. Oh, now that there's no light square bishop, it's possible. Although the issue is that g6 has been played, which defends f5.
What I'm thinking is, like, for example, if c4 wasn't here on this board and we landed on f7, the king would take, we'd play knight g5 check. Oh, actually, travel on f7's
Oh,
winning
wait,
now.
travel on f7's winning. No. Yeah.
If we travel to f7 here, we check with the knight, king moves somewhere, and then we play knight e6 mate.
Exactly.
That's what I've been suggesting last turn, guys.
Speak louder.
Guys, we are.
Nobody heard
Speak
you.
louder.
Let me shout into my mic real quick. I think if we
Okay,
play
don't,
knight
okay,
d5,
don't, hold on.
the queen can get on the
What?
diagonal.
How does knight
It's
d5
not
help
funny
That was
if
not what we
you
were talking
force
about.
Discord to be clipping.
Knight d5, pawn takes knight, pawn takes pawn, queen can get on the diagonal for the f-sack.
You don't
What?
need. Wait, what?
You block that by playing knight d5.
No, but then just c5 is a threat, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just play
c5.
c5 and get on the fucking diagonal.
Like, for example, next turn, c5, it attacks the queen, so he probably does something about that. And then queen to c4, travel to
Just
f7.
get your straight quits.
I think that's decent. Yeah, yeah. C5 next turn looks
this
decent.
last move. Nobody gave a shit about it.
That's because it wasn't as good last move.
Well, last move, if we tried C5, then we would have gotten hit by knight B4.
Knight E4 is also pretty annoying for Dreamer to deal with.
94 is really annoying for Dreamer to deal with. That's a good point.
Find it funny though, it's like, oh yeah, I was thinking of a different mating sequence, and it's like, if we land a queen on F7 on this board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one's a pretty quick win.
Big win skis.
It's not a win.
Well, it's not a win because he can travel.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to Jurassic.
He can travel.
He can sack
if he plays
queen.
E6, there might be a pawn recapture.
We don't have a check on this board, so he can sack his queen, and then the knight on F6 on his timeline recaptures the knight that's delivering mate on E6 on our new timeline. So it's not like immediate win skis.
Whoa!
So C5 has already been.
He just completely undefended E7.
My man's just frappuccinoed his bishop.
Interesting. C5?
C5.
Samet, can you quickly or slowly look like 3 moves back?
Yes.
C5.
So where will our queen land? Let's think about it.
Okay, so it would be on. It would land on this F7.
Yeah. Okay, it already works. Right?
Which wins?
So, yeah.
C5 is pretty good. Knight E4 is also pretty good. What do we think?
Oh, we already have 7 out of 12. Okay, just input the move. We have the majority.
Okay, C5's already happening.
Right, C5's already has majority, so play it. Yeah.
Just did Dreamer.
All right. I'm gonna assume he's gonna move his queen or something, right?
Nah, he'll probably push H5.
Nah.
Yeah.
I think he has to sack a knight or
most
something.
annoying.
Knight takes C5.
Oh
I
no, knight
wanna,
takes C5.
I don't want to think that he's gonna put his queen
We're
on
screwed.
like B2.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
No, we're not. We're fine. All right.
Is there any reason to not Queen C4 here? Can anyone give a reason? Say that one more time, Mage.
If Queen C4 and then we do that, if Queen C4, he'll probably play like E6 maybe. And
Ryan
then
says
we
Knight B5 is a move here, probably just wins. So Knight B5, pawn takes, queen takes is mate, so he can't do that. It kicks the queen.
Oh,
it threatens a 4. Oh, it threatens taking on D5. Holy shit, or D6?
Oh yeah.
I like taking D6.
Yo, I really like Knight B5. All right, get your votes in now between Queen C4
is we can
and
get
Knight
a
B5.
longer travel by going Queen B3.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Because then D5 doesn't block it.
Yeah, it does, and then we still have the option. Okay, Knight B5.
Then we have all the options in the world.
All right, I really
and
like
then
this.
just pre-move Queen B3 basically.
Well, I'm not sure if the timing for Queen B3 is
Don't
right
pre-move Queen B3.
No, that's right. Because if it was right for Queen C4.
Yeah. No, timing is still good, but maybe there's a better move.
Yeah.
Like Knight takes
Samet, could you zoom out
or something? Yeah, where to?
Just probably about a few turns. Okay, that's good. Perfect.
We're up on time, by the way.
Personally, if it was me, I'd probably be pre-moving Queen to B3. Just because we do have a travel that probably just wins.
Okay. Do
yeah,
we
okay,
now
Queen B3 and I guess Knight D6.
Okay,
don't double. Delete if someone's already said the move.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna delete it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either Queen B3 or Knight takes D6 here.
What about
I think Queen B3 is probably a better one.
If Queen B3, he can well play something like.
Hold on, Knight takes. Hold on, Knight takes D6 check. All he can do is
he
takes D6, right?
I think pawn takes achieves very little.
I like both. I don't know.
I think
what
Queen
do you guys
B3
think?
first.
We just have to play both at once.
Queen B3, and we can give a check to stop any Jurassics.
No, yeah, Queen B3.
Queen B3.
We have to come
All right, okay. Seven. I'm gonna do Queen B3.
Just give it a second.
Okay, I'll give it a second.
Ryan's typing, and I think Ryan's.
Knight G5 maybe. There isn't too much rush. Yeah, but we can't. We want to get to the move.
Ryan, I'd rather
I think it's better to have the queen, his queen on b6 when we do the travel. So I think queen b3, this move is better. No?
I like trying to win on board, just taking that center pawn.
I also like taking the center pawn. I don't really know, but okay, we got enough votes. I think queen b3 is the move.
How are we gonna decide on travels? How do you not take that?
I think I can type out the travel now just for clarity, but what turn is this?
That was turn 14, now we're on turn 15.
Can you hover over where we would be traveling to?
No, that is not allowed. But if you mean like on board, then yeah, so c4, d5, e6, f7.
Board, which timeline?
Right? I believe. f7 here, right?
It will be funny to... I want to travel just to see how we deal with two different boards.
Oh wait, does the queen on... Do we win before the queen can recapture? Although if he recaptures with the queen on that board, then we still have knight takes d6.
So
on the original timeline?
Well, he can't play or wait, can he?
But I guess the queen can recapture that too. Is there any reason this travel would be bad?
No,
oh, just saying you can't see your mouse pointer on Discord? Okay, it's the earliest board, f7. If you can't see it on
Not too hard for him
Discord.
to recapture.
I think it's only bad if he prepares a good Jurassic. But when he does that, we just check him, and then we do the travel turn later.
Can you highlight where we would hit on f7?
Yeah, so I can't, apparently you can't see my mouse pointer, but it's the first whiteboard on this board, f7.
The first whiteboard visible?
Yes. It's f7 on that board. You can't see my mouse pointer? That's so
I think
weird.
checking and then traveling might just be way better.
5D chess does that, Samet.
It sucks.
That is actually pretty bad.
Yeah, I think if you share your screen instead of sharing the output of the app, we can see your mouse.
I think that lags it more.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not even. I'm not even worried about like doxing or whatever, but I think it lags more.
Yeah, but I think that's why.
I'm already dropping frames occasionally.
As long as we see the clock, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. It's a Discord setting?
I kind of believe that queen takes, so queen travels and then immediate knight check and then the knight hops into e6. It looks kind of game over-ish.
Knight takes d6.
That's what we're thinking.
Knight x d6 first.
Yeah, if we want to stop Jurassic, then knight takes d6 is the way, yeah, for sure.
Also, the travel board is even better. The Jurassic.
That's true. Is that true? That's is that true? That's true.
At T12 is better because we have a.
Yeah. Everybody reps the win against Dreamer. That's all.
We just all claim wins against Streamer at the same time.
Yeah.
Good that I with my 0 elo.
But first we have to win.
You can only take a maximum of 25 elo, I think, in the bot.
Yeah.
I think that's the
But that means that Dreamer loses a lot of elo.
Yeah.
We just reset Dreamer's elo after this one.
That's fine. It's a good. He needs to lower his ego anyway.
No, if we reset his elo, he would just view it like prestiging in Call of Duty or something.
Yeah, start from the beginning. New game plus leaderboard of 5D chess.
Yeah, he puts a medal next to his game.
That's pretty good.
He unlocks a new skin.
Oh wait, we are still waiting on Dreamer's move. I see.
Oh, we're ahead of time, guys.
I think he's gonna spend a lot of time here because we're too good.
No, I agree with Nathaniel. I think that the
Guys,
Dreamer
join Dreamer's channel. Does he hear that?
He does it in a playful way. He's like a lovable antagonist. Every community needs a villain.
Yeah.
The term you're looking for is wrestling heel.
There you go. I don't know enough about wrestling to make a comparison. Who would he be if Dreamer was a wrestler?
Can we do a Dreamer versus the world chess boxing.
Yeah, I was
Be the boxing part.
It's like I just want the boxing part mainly.
Yeah. I just want the boxing
got
part.
the chair.
Everybody in this channel versus Dreamer into the octagon.
Yeah, let's go.
And Dreamer jumps from the top rope. And then crowd surfs on the 5D chess community in the ring.
Is Dreamer versus the World the equivalent of like Dream Minecraft Manhunt?
Oh,
and that's
yeah,
just why Dreamer wanted to do this.
It is Dreamer's like PFP, I think, is Dream right now, right?
I want to say yes.
I'm down for that.
Like, how comes the world champion of our game is like?
Who would be each character in the Manhunt? That's what
I consider Dreamer to be like Kaiba. He's
he's a good
the world
setup.
champion.
We should have.
Imagine if like Magnus Carlsen was.
really 5D chess, but 12 people.
I mean, this is modeled off of Kasparov versus the World, right? Like that's the initial.
Yeah.
You know, like exactly what happened. It was like world champ Kasparov versus everybody else. That's famously.
So, did Kaiba know about like the Pharaoh spirit, or did he think Yugi was just sometimes like that?
I think it depends on whether you mean the manga or the anime. Because Pharaoh was operating differently.
These 26 episodes that.
Listen, what the fuck is Dreamer thinking about here? What does he do?
He's thinking about how he's gonna lose and how he's gonna try and get out of this.
He's thinking about PR, like damage control.
He's thinking about like excuses.
Yeah. Getting scammed.
It's like, how do I get out of this?
Well, I'm sure he knows that there's no Jurassic here.
Maybe if I stand really still.
So I think what he's probably thinking about is how does he get his best travel for this back.
And travel.
Maybe
can't even stop it.
We don't need to travel, do we?
We might not need to, depending on what he does.
Depending on what he does, yeah.
If he plays like Queen to C8, that might be a good option for getting just a long travel back.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean like along the diagonal, yeah. And
because Queen to C8 threatens a Jurassic, and if we check, then he has a long diagonal.
No, I think it's fucked because we've got good threats with on the board as well.
Probably.
Yeah. Like, I think actually the extra timeline is more dangerous for him than it is for us. Oh, hey,
isn't the long diagonal blocked if he moves to the C8?
No, we do an intermediate check and then he travels along the track.
Give me, I'm gonna copy your message so it's down
Okay.
Yeah, let's look
What's happening here?
Let's look where we land if we do an intermediate check.
What if
Pawn
Knight takes d6, e takes d6, then Queen takes.
Is there an idea Knight c7 check B7. And then Queen takes b7?
There is that idea. Personally, I just want to check and then travel.
Knight d7 check. And
let's
then...
look where the travel lands. Okay.
Stonefish Knight c7. No, I think this might actually be playable.
Do you mean this travel you want to see?
No, like after we do an intermediate.
Oh, intermediate check, and then it lands here.
Yeah.
On F7, on F7 on this whiteboard on the left.
Okay, so it works.
So it works.
So where does Dreamer trying to travel right now? If you can look at that.
Probably just right.
After we give him an intermediate check.
Oh, Dreamer can travel to take this queen. But after
then,
that,
yeah, Ryan's
he can't.
right. That's what he's trying to do.
So if we check him first, then he ends up on.
Wait, that doesn't work though, because he'll have already taken.
No.
Oh wait, no.
The queen lands on d3 on this board after we give a check, so it's just defended by the queen. It doesn't do anything.
Good point in chat. Can you look how far back this queen can travel?
His queen?
Yeah, how far it can travel.
After an intermediate check, it can travel to b1 on this blackboard, c2 on the next one, d3 or e4 here.
Just out of curiosity.
All of them suck.
So if we play knight d6, then this will stop the Jurassic, which goes all the way
Ryan
back.
wants to see how far it goes back on f5.
Immediately?
Yeah.
There. So let me here. These are all the boards that it goes to on f5.
Yeah.
What is the disadvantage to knight d6? No. He wants to travel to b1 to get a check. The only thing is that we can, like, he's got 2 travels, so actually it could be dangerous, but we can castle immediately out of his timeline if we want. So I think we're fine.
Apparently we need a ban hammer on stream.
Yeah, I got it. So... Oh, I see. You're saying, yeah, travel to b1 to get a check, then recapture with the knight.
Oh, if he does that... wait, no, never mind.
I understand what you're saying. You're saying to recapture. But then we have... Then we still have... We're threatening a win on this board because he has to... If we give the check in the present, he's got to open up the e-file, right? And then if the queen is gone from this board because he traveled, then we can get the queen from the other board to travel to this board or something like that. No, queen takes b7 doesn't work because we don't have a queen on this board because we used it to travel.
So what does he do if we take on d6 instead, trying to delay a bit longer for a travel on to just a flat mate travel on to f7?
Yeah, actually, we have also another intermediate move. We have another intermediate move, knight g5, maybe.
Knight g5, opening up f2?
G5 looks a bit slowish.
Yeah, but it threatens mate in 1.
Knight g5, and then he blocks with his knight. So he moves his own knight.
Also, we are just flat staring at f7 here too, so any delay is actually probably helpful.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I think it's knight checks and then knight g5.
Yeah, but it has to be like...
Is there an alternative to knight d6? Does anyone have an alternative to knight d6?
Yeah, I like knight d6. It can actually be...
Like it's aggro and it's also flexible, right?
Okay, whatever, now knight d7 is not a, just move it.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, after knight d6, we can even...
You can do queen takes b7.
We can even play queen takes b7.
Queen takes b7 threatens 2 kinds of mate.
Yeah, so he will probably...
I think rook c8 just covers it, right?
Rook c8?
Can you scroll out a little bit?
looks like
oh, that's a good point. Yeah, it's his only move. Yeah, I can zoom out. How much?
That's good.
And then we'd be...
Wait, perhaps there's the idea that it takes b7 and then travel onto f7.
Yeah.
That looks good because we are staring there for 2 minutes.
He can.
What's the timing for that?
I think we would be one move too early.
Well, yeah, I mean, he can also
travel onto f7 while it's defended by our knight.
I think just travel now is a better option.
But Dreamer has a counter travel, which is kind of good.
It's never defended by a knight, Sonoy, because he immediately took it back, so there isn't a whiteboard with that.
We can just look at the travel, just not submit it and see his counter.
This travel?
Yeah, just see his counter.
Okay, so look, here it is.
Yeah, but not submit yet, just see the
counter. Oh, to see his counter travels, I understand. Yeah, okay.
So
here, these are all of his travels.
I wouldn't really worry about a lot of those.
So what's gonna happen?
He can't. Well, okay, he doesn't have a travel to before our move, so he has to respond to this move on board.
Yeah. Yeah. The response takes.
He can take on.
When B1 check is probably one move too early.
Waiting a turn's probably even better.
Well, we're gonna play knight e6, and he's gonna travel to his counter travel, and then take with the knight on f6 to e6.
Yeah, but actually, like if he lands here on b1, then we recapture. Then he makes some move, and we can play knight e5.
If he travels to b1 on this board, then there's absolutely no problem for us. That's for sure. Because he still has to take with the... All right, anyone have an alternative?
But there's also, he's just going to stop our threat.
Queen takes b7. Anyone want to defend queen takes b7?
Queen f7.
If we get like, let's say 8 votes, I'll insta submit queen takes f7. Is there any more discussion to be had? Because it is like a pivotal move that, you know, you can't really turn back.
So yeah, I think if he travels to b1, it's not a problem because then we recapture, then he has to make a threatening move. He cannot just recapture
Bishop
because our knight
A5
isn't
to check.
on e6 yet. So
Yeah.
he has
I
to
feel like
make
we're
a
rushing
move,
it.
and only then
Bishop
we
A5
will-
to set up a check
we will
before
recapture.
traveling is an option. So let's look at Bishop A5. Bishop A5 is here. Bishop A5, and then our new travel will be onto this board, which is better, obviously, because then we also, or sorry, it's onto a white board, isn't it? It's onto this board.
It also opens up queens to c4, threatening a maiden 1 travel. Decide to go for that instead.
That's
Wait,
true.
what board are we? What's this? Can you look at this travel again? Okay, yeah. I like delaying here personally.
Okay,
Or just
how
look better
about
and better.
Actually,
okay, type the moves again. Type queen to f7 and type bishop a5 and type queen takes b7 and we'll do a revote. 15
I
seconds.
think traveling is easier to calculate actually than
Retype moves right now. Everyone retype
giving
moves.
Dreamer like
By that I mean one person. Mage, retype the moves. Okay, queen to f7, queen takes b7, and bishop a5.
Wait, what? Why are we?
Okay.
just revoting, organizing.
Revoting, because people are like, actually, I don't really know. You know?
Just revote until your favorite move wins.
Vote.
On the somewhat meta level, I think there's some advantage to making the move that we haven't left up on the screen for a long time for Dreamer to study.
Oh, he's already studied this.
Yeah, this is what he prepared for, so I don't think there's too much of a worry.
It's closer now. Do we go for it? Has everyone voted?
No, of course not. We are 10.
Okay, 7. All right. We do the travel.
Everyone has voted.
Right.
Okay, we got 6 minutes to plan multi-timeline shenanigans.
That's
no,
fine.
but like.
Oh, we have plus 16.
Plus 16. Yeah,
check.
there you
No,
go.
knight b5, right?
Now.
Check.
G5 check.
Knight g5, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No questions.
No questions.
No questions.
And then we immediately play knight e6, right?
Oh,
yeah.
maybe that probably.
There could be a knight.
He's probably gonna travel, and we're gonna have to move on the other board. So.
Yeah, he's gonna do a counter travel, and then we'll have. Actually, his counter travel lands on a bad turn, I think.
Oh, the 16-second delay is actually really nice. It's gonna be 28-second delay if he travels, or 24 rather. I can say
I'm
words.
pre-moving with Ryan here. Oh wait, that was actually last turn.
96
Okay,
pre-move.
No pre-move voting. Not allowed.
I wasn't gonna vote for the pre-move until you said that. Now I voted for the pre-move.
Why can't we do? Wait, what about like push pawn to c5 and then move the queen to the diagonal for the soft mate later?
Because why soft mate later when you can soft mate immediately?
What?
Yeah.
What soft mates immediately? Right
Knight
now?
e6.
Also, if we
the move that's being
whoa, what?
Oh my
What is he
god! Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, but this is completely weak because now
What
he
is
can't
this?
recapture.
I don't think knight
Now
e6
what?
is a soft mate.
No, knight
Okay.
e6 still wins. It's
No,
just
knight
that
e6
now
It's checking
No,
the king on the.
we have to do
Knight G5,
no.
I think.
We have to do something that checks on the top board next turn, which is knight g5 works, right? And he can't deliver
Yeah.
check.
Yeah, just knight g5.
Knight g5, right?
Yeah.
Knight g5 on
Yeah,
top
okay.
board, yes.
Pawn takes d6.
Pawn takes
No,
d6. Why would you do
no,
that
not
when you
pawn
could
takes
do knight
d6.
g5?
Knight G5.
Knight g5.
Knight g5.
Knight G, can someone vote on knight g5 so that we can get a bunch of votes? Okay, all right, knight g5. Okay.
I thought anybody can react. Okay, some people
Imagine
might
not
be-
going for like a triple king board.
Now, how are we going to vote? Are we going to suggest 2 moves, or are we going to vote individually?
Yeah, just both moves.
I'm pretty sure it will be the same move on 2 boards.
I'm almost sure that it's going to be like that.
At least this case, so we're fine for now.
We're fine for the next move.
And then I will say we just vote top that and bottom that.
I don't see how he doesn't get mated here with just.
Well, he's only move is travel upstairs. Otherwise, he loses, and he can't really go very many places. Oh, sorry. He didn't travel on the backboard. He traveled from this board. Never mind. Sorry, I forgot. He traveled on our timeline.
It's gonna be inactive. Or no?
No, it will be active.
No, it'll be active. Yeah.
It will be active, so he has 1 out.
I don't see how he ever retakes our night though.
Oh, the problem is he doesn't have one more. If he had one more travel, we could actually lose, but he doesn't. So he can't get to our king on the back rank.
So we're fine. But he can stall it by just traveling once. But that's
I'm just wondering why
everyone prep the Rep V Dreamer.
I was thinking part of it is the travel.
Don't actually do that. That's gonna be really annoying to like get the bot unconfused.
Do you mean Rep W?
Yeah. That's a good point. He means the Rep W.
Yeah, I meant W. Sorry.
Double V. It's fine.
We've got a Dreamer Splinter Agent.
Yeah. Why the hell W looks like 2 Vs?
Pawn takes d6 was more stylish.
I am really confused at why he went for this travel because it just.
Narik, knight e6 is literally like forks threatens to fork streaking.
Yeah, it does.
So how is it not stand?
This shows that Narik's not here because of his like passion for 5D. It is just the chaos that he. He's just an iconoclast through and through.
The pawn is threatening 2 checks. If he takes the pawn, then the queen has a check. I don't know. It's just more flashy to me.
I don't know.
I think we should play king
too.
too.
Way more flexible.
We can still do the long castle. Lavon's got a good point. We can still long castle.
You can also long cloud.
The pawn is really threatening in there.
It's never too late to play king e2.
Long castle.
Oh my god.
I think we all know what the next moves are gonna.
Wonder
be.
what's going through his mind right now.
He's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
He's thinking it's a scam.
What kind of scam did I get myself into?
I was thinking he had like a decent, like I thought it was at least decent if he would do the counter travel.
Is fine.
It wasn't looking good, but
fine in quotation marks.
Well, the travel to B1 is great now because he can't possibly recapture with the the only thing that he can do is prep a recapture of our knight upstairs, which is the only piece that can threaten to check next turn, right?
Yeah. A little bit of stylistic pre-moving. If he does travel from the middle board, then when we do find mate, which we will, we should enter in king e2 on the middle board in addition to whatever top and bottom timeline mating we're doing.
Well, duly noted.
I have channel points on the line. Let's not.
No, but if we have mate on the board, then it literally doesn't matter.
I mean the prediction.
You just have to confirm that it's mate.
Yeah.
Simple enough.
Oh, no.
Alright, we'll see.
Do you think Dreamer's gonna flag, or do you think we're just gonna checkmate?
So
I think we're gonna flag.
I think we're gonna flag.
So if Dreamer is
like, do you think he's like, no, I won't let you checkmate me. I'm just gonna flag myself.
Oh, maybe
instead.
go out on his own terms. No, that's 2BM. Dreamer's better than that. He's too much of a he's too into like regular chess to do that. There's a code, you know.
Okay, let's not go on the thread.
Should I order pizza tonight? That's what he's asking.
Oh, should I order pizza tonight? Man, it's got me thinking now.
The girl from Eep and Ava just playing on repeat.
It's like that's what he wanted all along. He's got us thinking, should I order pizza tonight?
Oh shit. Does a set of all set? Yeah, he's just deep in. He's contemplating like economic theory. Yeah. He's
I just realized what Dreamer sent in Stream Your Matches text.
Yeah, which is
what?
the event theme.mp3.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Oh wow, it's almost like the event is about to end.
Economic? Yeah, I don't know, for example. Structuring a critique of Das Kapital or some shit. Oh, maybe that's too topical.
Dreamers study up
Russia
on some
right
game
now.
theory.
I think we shouldn't
This
mate
is a
him
weird
here. We should
choice.
flag him.
We should flag him
We
by
should flag him.
force.
Force flag travels. All right, guys.
Let me just make a few extra timelines.
I guess he thought that it would be more possible for him to prep a recapture of the knight on this board than it would be for... Then again, no, what's he going to do about the knight on the bottom board? Okay, he's hovering, queen takes b2. Don't we just have forced mate? Oh no, he's got the travel still. No, he's got the travel on the... He just moved on the middle timeline. Okay, he conceded.
Alright. He's going out of this.
He conceded, right?
On his own terms.
Okay, so now...
Okay, so we got a problem.
Double 96? Is this not immediate mate?
No, you gotta go knight f7 on the bottom board. It's cooler.
Why knight f7? Oh yeah, knight f7. Yeah, knight f7.
Knight f7.
No.
Knight f7 doesn't check his king.
Oh yeah, he can still travel. Never mind.
What's wrong with you? At
I
least
thought it
he's
was
not a
cool,
coward. It's true.
We should maximize the number of.
The real question is whether we allow him to travel on the middle board by bomb clouding.
No.
Absolutely.
Long
Oh,
castle on
because
the
of the
middle
rook
board.
Jurassic.
No.
Okay,
maybe.
96.
All right, double
Okay,
96.
What is this?
See win, take win.
0 king e2.
No bomb cloud. No bomb cloud.
No bomb cloud on the middle board?
No bomb cloud.
You don't want to give him a chance?
No bomb cloud.
Can we vote on it?
Yeah, it's already in the chat.
He was predicting that we were going to
Okay,
on
give me a
cloud.
yeah.
planning
Okay,
for
vote
this.
updoot for
No,
yes,
he has-
X for no.
He has a travel. What do we do? We give him a
if
travel
we-
with bomb cloud.
If we hesitated before bomb cloud,
Well, it's 6 versus 6.
It is 6 versus 6 here. Oh my
Submit,
god.
submit. Don't do this. Just submit.
I thought you were the agent of
Dreamer
chaos,
didn't want
Nareek.
this.
For chaos.
It
not
is
throwing.
true that Dreamer didn't want this, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't have castled on the middle board. That's a good point.
Bomb cloud.
Actually, no,
We can
that
just
convinces me.
Jurassic.
We just 96 here, right?
No, but bomb cloud has 6 votes.
Yeah, but if he wanted to
tied.
travel, then he wouldn't have castled. You know what I mean?
Right,
I
let's
like how
not
this is the
violate
most
all 5D chess
contentious-
standards.
No, guys, come on.
All right, I'm making an executive decision. I'm calling it.
Wow. Coward's way out.
That was the most
No,
contentious
I think that it's the most-
vote we've had so far.
That's true. I think it's the most respectful of Dreamer's decision.
Yeah, exactly.
Our rep wins.
That's what convinced me. Otherwise,
Alright,
I really
let's
wanted to
rock
bomb cloud.
opens.
Wow. Here we go. Can we get Dreamer in here? GG Dreamer. Can we get a collective GG for Dreamer?
GG.
GG from everybody. Can we really claim a victory for that?
GG.
Spam Dreamer.
Dreamer, do you want to get into the call here?
Misspelled Dreamer.
My points? Sorry, fam. That was a pretty big wealth redistribution. All right,
I think
okay.
Dreamer just rage quitted.
What an event. Oh, did he just leave? Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. I wanted to give him the opportunity to talk his shit. But that's fine. Oh man. Wow. Well, hey. We did something special here, team. That's World 2 Dreamer 0.
So, are we the champions now?
Yeah,
We have
are
gotten
we
white both
the world
times, So we're
champions?
kind of scamming him a little bit.
No,
We did get
everyone
white both
but
times.
Dreamer is the world champion now. That's how it works.
Yeah, I think we should revoke the title.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Well, hey, this was a ton of fun. Thank you so much to everyone who participated. We do a quick roll call here. Although people, I think, have already started leaving the call, but here are all the names that are in the call that were involved. We got Human Being Andre Crazy, Levon Mage, Marinarik Neath, Osh Knack Knack, Ryan Sonoy, and then a bunch of people who already left. So we made history here today, boys. Dreamer left the server.
Casually submitting 30,000 channel
the
points.
server so you could actually
to-
join the Dreamer
Oh.
versus the World.
Challenge.
Oh, wait, that's so big brain.
So he can lose all of his rolls.
Dreamer lost all of his rolls by leaving and rejoining the Discord, so now he can type in the Dreamer vs. the World channel. Look at him, he's got no rolls.
Let's fix that real quick, shall we?
That's so funny.